Hello, man. Nice to see you again. I hope you are doing well, especially in this nice and summer's hot weather that is happening right now. Yeah, I'm doing well as well. Thank you for asking. Nah, but jokes aside, because today we have one, I believe, important topic to discuss, which are recently introduced tariffs. Okay, yesterday it was the Thursday, Thursday, the 3rd of April, and tariffs in the United States were officially confirmed. Okay, and of course, when that happened, a lot of people started to panic because that means that everyone will start to pay additional money for the import of goods and services to United States, which is then going to hurt the profits, and people are going to be, their jobs are going to be endangered, and basically all that shit. Okay, and then of course when the tariffs were officially confirmed that from yesterday they are valid, basically companies are going to pay between 10 and 25% on the import of goods to United States. It's based on where you are from. Okay, of course, when that happened, people started to panic. And then what happens with the stock market when people start to panic? Exactly. It dips, it crashes. And this is exactly what happened yesterday as well. Okay. My stocks personally fell by 3%. So, yeah, okay, I'm cool. And I want to show you that stock market, I mean, the introduction of tariffs is actually not as bad as you think for the stock market and for us foreign investors that are investing in the American stock market. Okay, so let's go. Basically, who I am, my name is Yasha, and I teach young men about finances and money because schools fail to do so. Okay, you go to school and you learn absolutely nothing about the money, so I'm here to do that instead of them. Okay, so that you can accumulate enough money to quit your job and focus on your dreams, just like I did. So let's go. The main idea behind the tariffs was to, as you can see here on the graph, okay, I mean on the slide, the main idea was to limit the import of foreign goods and encourage and increase domestic manufacturing. Okay, for example, the problem with the United States was that they have a lot of goods and products from Asian countries, from India, from Europe as well, and from South America, especially from Mexico, which is basically hurting United States domestic market. Okay, because those products that came from foreign countries are usually cheaper than the ones that are produced in United States. So American businesses were having way less traffic and way less profit in comparison to foreign companies. When I was in United States in summer 2023, I saw that with my own eyes because I am interested in cars. I absolutely love them. So of course I paid attention to mostly cars. And in United States I noticed that there are so many Asian cars over there and European cars as well, but mostly Asian, that I just couldn't believe it. I had a feeling that I'm not in United States anymore. But when you compare our European car market, you can see that this is completely different because, for example, my family drives an European car. My grandma from my father's side drives a European car. My grandfather from my mother's side is the only one who doesn't have a European car but has Asian car, okay? Then my very good friend's father has an European car. Then if I go right now out to the street, I will see mostly European cars, bro, because with us it's different, okay? And why is it different? Because United States, this is now some nerdy explanation, okay? But United States didn't charge tariffs on the import of products, okay? That's why it's flooded with foreign products, which is basically hurting the American economy. So now we are finally here. What impact does that have on the stock market? Okay, so as you can see here on the chart, since yesterday the stock market, as you can see here, it fell by 5% here on the top. But year to date, for example, since January up until now, when Donald Trump basically started to build his career as a second president again. I mean, as president that was 2 times elected, okay? The stock market, because of the tariffs, fell 8%, okay? But I want to show you something. I want to challenge your mindset a little bit right now, because even though the stock market dropped, this is actually amazing for us. Why? Because we are now buying stocks for cheap, okay? Remember, stocks are now on discount, just like the clothes. Let me give an example. So you like Nike Air Force, okay? You see those Nike Air Force One that cost 200 euros, let's say, okay? But then you go to a store and you see that it's discounted by 50%, and right now then those Nike Air Force, they cost 100 euros. Of course you are going to buy them because you know that the true value is not 100 euros, but instead 200, you know? And the very same thing is happening right now with the stock market as well, okay? Because of those tariffs, people started to panic and they were selling stocks. And then what happens when a vast amount of people starts to sell stocks? They drop, even though they shouldn't, because the value is actually still high, you know? But right now the value dropped, so right now we are here. And then this is where you start to make money, okay? This is your stock on the discount right now. So thanks to those fools who started to sell stocks because they started to panic, we are now making profit. We are buying because we know that the value should be here, but not here. So now we know that the stocks are on discount and we are going to buy them, and then we are going to make a profit. Why? Because look, you make profit when you buy, not when you sell, okay? For example, I can buy a stock, let's say, right now, and then tomorrow it crashes and I sell it, okay? Even though I bought it, I made a loss because I sold it with a loss, okay? But if I buy the stock right now for minus, let's say minus 5%, as it is right now here, okay? If I buy the stock for minus 5%, eventually that stock will go up, okay? So I will be able to sell it for the profit. Why? Because I bought it so low. If you want an example, I have around 9 stocks in my portfolio, and only one of them, actually 2 of them, are in loss. Why? Because I bought them for way too high. And other stocks are still in profit, even though I was buying them constantly. Why I was buying them constantly was because they were so cheap, okay? And even though the stock market crashed, I mean, there was a little crash, okay? Even though that happened, if I sell the stocks right now, I will still be in plus, okay? Because I bought them for so low. So I already made profit when I bought them for a bargain price, okay? Basically, this is what you should do as well, okay? And then you are now wondering, yeah, but right now the stocks are minus 5% or minus 10%. What happens if that continues? Yes, that might continue, but remember that stock market always goes up. If you want a proof, let's go back to our good SP 500, okay? Look, year to date it crashed 8%. So from January to today it crashed 8%, but overall since the beginning it grew by 1120%. Of course, as you can see right now here on the chart, you know, there were some ups and downs. Look here, it went up and down, and then up and down a little bit, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? You get the idea. So you have nothing to worry about, man. The idea that I want to make you understand, or the idea that I want to present you, is that right now is your opportunity to buy stocks, okay? We wanted the tariffs so that the stocks could go down. We could buy them right now for cheap, and then eventually the stocks will like rise, you know, they will rise. So we are going to sell them for the profit because we bought them for such a low price, you know? So there is nothing to worry about, bro. Use this advantage because this is This is an extremely good advantage, man. So if you are smart, you are going to say, okay, I don't want to buy like separate stocks because I'm not sure which one are the good ones, which one are the bad ones. Obviously, for that, I recommend you that you watch my second video that I uploaded back in December 2023, where I show how to analyze stocks and then how to pick the good stocks, okay? But if you are afraid to do that, then of course you can always invest in this stock called SP500, which is basically the SP500 index, which is the summary of the best 500 stocks on the American market right now, okay? And as you can see, eventually you are going to make profit for sure because the graph grew by 1000% since the beginning, okay? So you have nothing to worry about. And then of course, when the stock market crashes, a lot of people are going to discuss the so-called conspiracy, okay? Like, yeah, the rich are controlling the stock market, they don't want the poor people to succeed, and similar bullshit, okay? Now, if you ask me, I do believe that stock market is rigged to some extent. I do believe that there are rich families that we call them, okay, the metrics. I do believe that the metrics controls the stock market just like it controls the world overall, but that doesn't mean that we are helpless, okay? We can just play by the same rules that they are playing, okay? Now, just think about it. Donald Trump, for example, is a rich person. So he knew that introduction of tariffs is going to cause the stock market crash. And then when you are thinking about it, okay, then why would he do something like that? Why would he introduce the tariffs despite knowing that the stock market would crash? Why? Because he plays by those very same rules that I'm teaching you right now. Let me change the color. He is aware that stocks are going to be on discount, so he's going to buy them for cheaper price, and then when he's going to sell them, he is going to make a profit because he knows that the stock market always goes up. Okay, so yeah, the stock market might be rigged, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be rigged for us as well. We just have to follow what they are doing and we are going to make money as well, because you have to think about it. They are aware that the stock market crash is going to make their money disappear, okay? So why are they then going to introduce something that is going to hurt them? That doesn't make sense at all, right? Exactly. So Donald Trump introduced the tariffs knowing that this is going to bring him the profit. Those are just rich people, bro, you know? They do such things because they know that something is going to make them profit, okay? They behave in that way. So you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So if you want to increase, basically double your monthly cash flow that you are getting with the stock market, and if you want to reduce your risk as well, and additionally, if you want to be independent from all of those problems with the stock market, those ups and downs, and if you want to use other people's money to make your own money, then click the first link in the description. And do the hard work, bro. See you on the other side. See you on the top of the world. Basically, buy stocks. Don't be afraid. Stock market crash is a nice opportunity to buy them for cheap because, yeah, you sell them for higher later because market always goes up. Do what the rich people are doing and you are going to be rich as well. If they are rich, then we are rich. Okay, good. Take care, do the hard work, and see you on top of the world.